Everybody, it's Beast and Steve. We are a married couple living in Lisbon. We're in the middle or toward the end of week 3.
It's hard to believe. It's gone by fast.
And on this video, we're going to talk to you about how we feel like we sort of conquered and took care of our issue about how to do laundry most efficiently. And of course, tell you all about what getting the house set up and other things we did this week. Thanks for watching. So now in our third week, we really feel like we have the house settled in. We did a lot of things to make a big difference.
We did. And one of the first things we did was get these pieces of art on the wall. So it's starting to feel like home again, which is nice.
Yeah, the art made a huge difference to me. Sort of like when we bought a speaker and I had music that I could carry around the house, it made a huge difference. The other thing we did other than put the art up was buy some lamps.
We did. And, we're so used to the way it is in the United States where you go to Home Depot or Lowe's or a big box store and there's a million lamps to choose from. You grab them and you go home. It's not exactly how it works here. So we had to do a lot of Googling and look for lamp stores specifically. So we found this great place called Galamp, which is only one metro stop away from us. And we called because we weren't sure if it was a warehouse or what the deal was. And again, our Portuguese is coming along, but we've got a long way to go. And I know when you called, there was a language barrier, but they were nice enough to have somebody call you back. Right.
So they said, I don't speak Portuguese, but we will call you back in 5 minutes. And I knew enough of what they were saying to understand that. And the owner's daughter, Patricia, who was just wonderful, offered to meet us and sort of help us because they do have a big showroom. So we went and it was spectacular.
It's one of those places where you walk in and it's overwhelming with how much stuff they have, which is a great problem to have when you're trying to find the right 3 or 4 lamps for your apartment.
Yeah, and she told us that they used to have stores in all the malls all around town, but then at the pandemic and all the changes that happened after that, they just have the one big showroom. But this is sort of how it works here. I think if, I need this thing, I'm going to go to that store. Mm-hmm. And we did not mind at all. We did the subway, walked a little bit, and then when we had all these lamps, we just bolted them home, which is like Uber. You see here, there's some shots of our apartment with the lamps. And of course, you all know that lamp lighting as opposed to overhead lighting just makes it feel calming and relaxing. Homey. That's what I was trying to go. Homey and anyway.
Well, and it's been a little bit rainy here this week. And last night I was just kind of laying on the couch, relaxing. You had run to the store for something and, the lamp light was on, the rain was hitting the window. I was like, this is like home. It's starting to really feel like our home base has finally set up.
Right. And we got our beautiful Italian lamp hung up over the dining room table.
Yes.
So it really does feel like home.
Yes.
So there's another thing going on here that I wanted to mention. There are ads in the subway, the metro here, and there's all these ads and they're green and they're all about recycling.
Yes.
And there's one of them, this guy is everywhere. One of the people in the ads, he's holding a bottle, is talking about separating your recycling. It's a big thing here.
Yes.
They do the recycling of all the different types of different day. They'll get your paper and your metal. The next day they'll get your cardboard, whatever. I think he looks freakishly like me when I was younger.
He does.
Here's some pictures, of course, of him and me in front of the ads. And then I did create one with me, a younger version of me next to him. I don't know if you think you can see it, comment and let us know if you think it looks. I just am a little weirded out about this.
And it's so funny because I think it looks exactly like you. Like he could be your son. He could be the younger version of you. Don't know how that happened.
That is not.
Don't know how that happened. But it's funny. We'll walk through the city of Lisbon or walk through the metro station, and there's like ads with this handsome man on all of these things. It's like he's watching us. He's following
everywhere.
us.
He is everywhere. I mean, like everywhere you walk in. He seems to be the one that they put out the most.
Yeah.
Because you can see in that one picture, like he's gigantic at the end of the metro stop. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention. Let me know if you think it actually looks like me. It's a little weird to be in Lisbon, and I think this guy looks a lot like me.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, anyway, enough about all that. You had a delivery this week.
I did. Another thing that is not very common here in Portugal, we're learning, is the American tradition of grilling outside. I love to grill steaks. I love to grill hamburgers and chicken. And that's one thing I had really missed over the last year whenever we were waiting for this all to happen was grilling. So we finally found propane grill that got delivered this week. And not only was it delivered, the guys that delivered it put it together, which was fantastic. So now the challenge is to make sure I find the right propane. And it's not like you can run to Publix or a Walmart
Depot or
and
Lowe's.
you have to go to the gas station. So I did walk to the local gas station. They don't have it in our neighborhood. So now I'm on this delivery service. So hopefully I got the right hookup. It comes on Monday, so hopefully there's steaks Monday or Tuesday night for us.
Everybody. So I'm looking forward to that a lot, and I love how you grill. You're great at it. So that was another way that we're feeling at home and plussing our life here in a way that's really important to us.
And that's one of the great things about this place where we are. Our friend Alexandra at the Portugal, the place, found this apartment, and one of the things we wanted was an outdoor space or an outdoor patio where we could grill, and we have one downstairs in the back. There's this shed with the space for us to grill and set up a table, and I'm really excited to get down there and use it.
So the big challenge for me has been laundry. And I don't know if you know this, but we came for a month over the holidays and to set up our apartment. We were like, well, we have this place we're paying for. As part of our visa process, we had to get a year's lease on an apartment. So we had that, and we're like, well, let's go spend the holidays in Lisbon and set up our apartment and sort of live the life. And of course, we loved it. We didn't even want to go home because we were so happy. But the big challenge for me, I do the laundry. For some reason, I find it very satisfying to do the laundry and hang it up.
Totally works for me.
I know. We
Satisfying.
divide and conquer all the jobs here, right? Like you do most of the cooking for dinners especially. But anyway, I really had a hard time. And when we were moving here, Alexandra, again from Portugal, the place, mentioned to us, you're going to live like the Portuguese. And we're like, we really do want to live like the Portuguese. We wanted to try to embrace it. But one of the things that is common, I think all over Europe, especially in Portugal, is people have a small washing machine, usually in their kitchen, when you can see that's where ours is, but they don't typically have dryers. And that's why when you walk all around town, especially the historic areas, there's laundry hanging on the wires outside the houses. And it's wonderfully quaint and picturesque and lovely, but I found it really difficult. So I really worked on this over that trip during the holidays. I tried hanging stuff outside, but like the sheets, as you guys know, were just like a board. So I bought fabric softeners. I tried ways of trying to do the laundry without it. I bought these hanging racks and everything's hanging and drying. We have a dehumidifier that I was pointing at the laundry. All this stuff, it was a big stressor for me. So as we were getting ready to come back to live here, this was the number one on my list, was how am I going to do laundry? Because we're from the States, we're very used to having these giant washers and dryers, and they have the hose that goes outside. So our problem here was, well, if I get a dryer, where's it going to go? It's going to be this huge machine that has to have this hose to go outside. Am I going to have to pay somebody to come in, cut down a wall, put a hole, whatever? We considered putting it out in our shed in the back. Well, anyway, finally, we went to go look at dryers to try to maybe buy a dryer because I really wanted one. And the most amazing, we went to Wharton's, which is like a Best Buy.
Yeah, kind of similar. Yeah, they have everything.
Except that they're thriving here and they have everything and they're very helpful, just like you would expect, like that kind of store. Very busy, lots and lots of people working there. So we went there, we had a really nice experience. It turns out that all dryers now, the EU dictates that all dryers are now heat pump dryers.
It's part of their whole conservation initiative.
Absolutely. So it's much better for the environment. It uses much less greenhouse gases, much less energy. So there's no hose.
There's no exhaust.
There's no exhaust, a hose that has to go outside somewhere. So it can be anywhere. What happens is it collects the steam condensation, and there's like a water thing that there's a container that you just pull out and empty where it collects the water. Yeah. So after I do a load or two, I will pull that out and empty it. And so this was miraculous for me. It transformed everything. So now we have the small washer. I'll probably do like a half load from what I would usually do in the States. So I'll do like a couple of those, put them in this small dryer. You can see it's not a big machine. When you put it in, you set the setting for what kind of clothes it is. Is it mixed clothes, shirts, bedding, whatever, and then it weighs it, and then it tells you how long it's going to take. So if you're looking at the video, you're seeing like, okay, it just told me that it was going to be like 2 hours. Well, that's sort of the compromise of doing it. But I don't care. I mean, I'm at home. I do a couple loads. I throw it in the dryer, and then I close the door, and it goes for 2 hours. I don't care how long it takes. I was going down to the laundromat. Each neighborhood has these laundromats where you can take your clothes and either wash them and or dry them. I was taking like bags of wet clothes, things like towels and jeans and stuff that just weren't drying. I was throwing them in the laundromat, and they weren't expensive, but I did have to schlep them down there. They're kind of heavy when they're wet, wait for it, whatever. So now my wash day is basically every day. I'm basically just going to do like a load every day or two, throw them in the dryer. It's easy.
Yeah. Shirt still smells very fresh, just right out of the dryer. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. So anyway, this was a really big deal to me, moving to Portugal, moving to Europe. I was very concerned about this. Might have been a concern of yours. I can tell you there is a solution. Heat pump dryers are awesome. They take a little longer, but that's just something to get used to. It's not been a problem for us.
Yeah. And when we haven't been setting up the house and working on the grill and the dryer, we are still taking time to go out and explore Lisbon and kind of learn our new home. And we had a great tour and great experience at the Convento do Carmo, which is a historic ruin of a Catholic church that was partially destroyed during the 1755 earthquake. And we have a lot of videos about that out on our YouTube channel that you can check out, see some of the views and learn some of the history, which of course we love.
Yeah, so go to Beast and Steve on YouTube. You can find that video. It's probably where you found this one as well. And please subscribe if you haven't so you can follow along on our adventures. We'll be doing another video next week. And next week, we're going to be talking about the Chapel of Bones that in Evora that we went to.
Yes.
You don't want to miss that.
Yeah, a literal church made out of human bones. Fantastic.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that. So go see the Convento de Carmo. It's really, really interesting place. One of the most fascinating historic sites I've seen in a really long time. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you're enjoying this. Put in the comments what you think about me and the metro station guy, the recycle guy. And also let us know what else you want us to talk about, what else you want to hear about. Thanks.
Yeah.